There is countless theories on the end times and how the world will end, and signs that will showcase the end of the world is nigh. And I hate to be the one to break this news to you, but I have been sending you signs that there is a doomsday along the way. I have been dressing differently. Aside from today. Today I'm back in the white t shirt. But on the whole, I've been wearing black t shirts, gray t shirts, and as God is my witness, I tell ya, I'm almost ashamed to admit it, but a v neck sweater. And the thing is, I've been working on upgrading my wardrobe. This is one of those telltale signs. I think it even ties back into the Bible at some point about how, the apocalypse will roll through, that the end of the world is on its way. And now we have confirmation that there's a chance. Apophis 2029. I don't know how many of you heard about this. I'm, of course, exaggerating. It's predicted, and I think it's like almost 100% certain to miss Earth, but it will be a close call, and it is a giant space rock barreling in this direction. Now, of course, that's nothing new. That's business as usual in the cosmos. The only thing that makes this a little different is typically something of this size gets intercepted by Jupiter, who basically plays goalie for us. Jupiter absorbs a lot of things that would potentially hit Earth. We're in a really fortuitous position to be where we are in the solar system, but this one is going to get around Jupiter here, get past that defense system, and it is going to make a pretty close pass to Earth. But even that's not that unusual either. There's a lot of fear-mongering headlines about Apophis coming up, and I just went over it on stream and kind of want to talk about it a little bit, mainly because its name is the God of Chaos. So it's a pretty scary sounding name, like straight out of a fucking anime. And I just find it to be extremely interesting. I don't think there's anything to worry about come 2029, but I thought I'd at least put it on your radar. If you remember the Apophis asteroid, you can see how close it will get if you go to... You can see how close it will get if you go to Eye on the solar system and set the date to April 13th, 2029. Well, it's not going to hit us, so I don't care how close it gets. Fuck it. But that was an interesting read when we went over that. Okay, wait. Hold on, there's a new headline. NASA launches mission to intercept God of Chaos asteroid before it scratches Earth's orbit. What the fuck kind of headline is that? Wait, this one says it's the Demon of Chaos. Which one's the correct one? Looks like God of Chaos. A NASA spacecraft recently returned from deep space has been relaunched for a mission to study the God of Chaos asteroid as it begins to near Earth's orbit. The agency's spacecraft OSIRIS-REx, now named OSIRIS-APEX, has been set off to study the asteroid Apophis' extremely close flyby of Earth in 2029, the likes of which hasn't happened since the dawn of recorded history. Well, I wasn't worried about it before, but reading this, I'm starting to get a little concerned. The God of Chaos, huh? Apophis, known as the God of Chaos, is expected to fly by Earth on April 13th, 2029, only about 20,000 miles away, closer than some man-made satellites, and could even be visible in the Eastern Hemisphere. That would be the most terrifying thing imaginable. You're just hanging out outside. Maybe you're coming back from playing a little pickup ball with the boys, and you look up and you're like, oh my god, it's a fucking asteroid. That would be terrifying. They ruled it basically has no chance of impact. Well, that's what I read last time. But now, reading these headlines that they have a mission to intercept the God of Chaos, it's like, well, are we sure there's no chance? The rock, which measures about 370 yards across, only comes this close to Earth every 7,500 years. Earth's gravity will affect the space rock as it nears orbit, and OSIRIS-APEX will study the aftermath to see how its surface changes. The effects of Earth are expected to change the length of the asteroid's day, which is currently around 30.6 hours. It could also cause the God of Chaos to experience landslides and quakes. Apophis is a giant cobra and the Egyptian demon god of chaos. The sun god Ra fights him every night after the sun goes down. Oh, that's the lore. We know that tidal forces and the accumulation of rubble pile material are foundational processes that could play a role in a planet formation. They could inform how we got from debris in the early solar system to full-blown planets. The spacecraft will meet the S-type asteroid on April 13th, 2029, but will not land on it. Rather, operate in proximity to it for 18 months. Not only will it look at surface changes, but it will map the surface and analyze the rock chemical makeup. Thanks for membership, Zach. It will also go within 16 feet of the rock's surface so it can fire its thrusters downward to see what stirs up, giving scientists a peek at the material that lies below. Although the rock is still 5 years away from Earth, scientists will be watching as it nears its first of 6 close passes with the sun. Earth server shutting down. I hope not. 2029, that's way too early. Florida won't even be underwater by then. What a shame that would be. If it was confirmed to hit in 2029, what would you do with your last 5 years on Earth? Probably find a way to get off Earth. I don't know. I think it's a prime topaz. I wouldn't just, like, wait for it, and I wouldn't do, like... I mean, I'd, of course, do things I've always wanted to do but was afraid to, like go to Japan and all that. But I'd also just try and find ways to survive. I wouldn't just, like, you know, put it in the books. I'd be like, alright, there's got to be a way. You're afraid of Japan? I'm afraid of flying. Yeah, I guess I said that wrong. I'm afraid of flying, which prevents me from going to Japan. Bro just wants teleportation. Absolutely, who doesn't? That'd be the best invention we'd ever come up with. Teleportation would be the handiest thing imaginable. I couldn't think of a more important discovery. You jump right at impact so you wouldn't die. Oh, you'd get iframes. So when the asteroid hits, you'd survive. Interesting. But I feel like it'd be a lingering hitbox. It's not just going to be the impact itself. It'll be everything that comes after. So you probably wouldn't be able to outlast the hitbox. I really feel like we have to have the ability to destroy an asteroid, right? They can't be that strong. It's just a fucking rock. It's just a space rock. It doesn't even have conscious thought. It's not even sentient. I feel like we could absolutely just blow it up. Nuke it. Maybe a giant laser. We already redirected an asteroid with DART. Did we? I feel like that... Actually, that does sound familiar. I feel like I read about that. This year, an asteroid came as close as 17,000 miles. This one is 22,000 miles. It'd be really handy if we could, like, slow it down and just bring it to Earth and just harvest it. I imagine you get so much good materials from that shit. Maybe what we need is a giant net to catch it. And, like, gently bring it in. Or even don't even bring it in. Just keep it in orbit and mine it. That's what they tried to do in Don't Look Up. Yeah, they did it wrong, though. They should have had me theorize how to slow down the asteroid. I've got a good idea. A giant pitcher's glove, or catcher's glove. Giant mitt. Just let it blast into it. There's no material strong enough to catch an asteroid moving at 10,000 meters per second. Well, what do you know? I'm sure we have something. Maybe like a giant diamond net. Diamonds are like really strong. Or maybe we slow it down with a few nukes. Like we blast it a couple times and it's like, ooh, shit. And it starts pumping the brakes. If you nuke it, then the nuke rocks would still fall on us. Which is why we have tinier little gloves out there catching those before they get to Earth. Basically what I'm setting up is Earth with just a bunch of giant mitts. Like I'm putting us in a bubble. Would you rather have teleportation or the Force? Stupid question. Teleportation. Why would I care about the Force? Teleportation is so much more useful. I heard that there's new material made out of human DNA and glass that's 4 times stronger than steel and 5 times as light. I'm not sure, though. I haven't heard anything about that. It sounds like you were watching anime or something. Human DNA and glass? How do those two even mix? So what's the plan if Florida suddenly goes under? Underwater or hit by an asteroid? Because if I'm hit by an asteroid, I don't have a whole lot of planning time. But underwater, I have time. Florida will eventually be underwater. That's going to happen. And my plan for when that happens is I'll just go a little up north. The video of a 1,000-mile-per-hour ball from Dustin, Smarter Every Day, debunks your theory. Which theory? I've proposed like 6. Which of my bulletproof theories gets debunked?